New information tonight on the fire that was intentionally set at a home last night in West Fargo. Several sources within law enforcement say the fire is tied to rival motorcycle gangs here in the valley.
That fire was at 720 10th Avenue West. The homeowner put out the flames with a garden hose before fire crews got there. Investigators then returned to the home and spent more than an hour checking for clues.
Valley News Team's Courtney Lockey joins us live in the studio with the details and reaction. Courtney, what can you tell us?
Andrea, Mike, multiple law enforcement sources told me that the fire is a result of a feud between two biker gangs, the Sons of Silence and Hell's Angels. One of the sources says that the fire was started by a member of the Sons of Silence. Investigators tell me what caused the fire was a Molotov cocktail. Law enforcement say it was the first clue that led them to believe that the fire was biker gang related. I did go back to the house this afternoon. I spoke with the homeowner. He didn't want to go on camera and he wouldn't tell me anything. I also spoke with many neighbors who were all scared to speak on camera, but they did say they're aware of last night's fire as well as Hell's Angels activity in the area, and they're just worried about getting caught in the crossfire. That's law enforcement's biggest concern as well. They say the homeowner was targeted and that these biker gangs aren't going to come after the public. The other major concern is that there will be some kind of retaliation. They are looking into known gang members and trying to figure out what started all of this. Andrea?
Courtney, thank you. Police are asking anyone with footage in the area from 13th Avenue West to Main Avenue West to contact them at this phone number, 701-433-5500. They're looking for a man who was wearing all black or vehicles in the area around the time of the fire, which was at 7:42 p.m.
The hunt is on for a man police say threatened two liquor store employees last night with a gun. It happened around 11:30 at Royal Liquors on Main Avenue. Police say that the man threatened two employees with a gun, then took cash from the register. Officers tried using a canine to track the suspect. They couldn't find him. He's described as a black man between 5'8" and 6 feet tall, wearing dark clothing. Police are asking you to call them if you have any information.
Fargo police are also asking for your help finding a runaway juvenile. Katie Hammond was reported as a runaway on October 27th. Her family has received information that she's still in the metro area, but police say her friends have not been cooperating in helping to bring her home. Hammond may be driving a 2016 white Volkswagen sedan with North Dakota license plates 684CTV. The car has a Lamb decal in the back window. You can call dispatch if you have any information. That number is up on your screen now, 235-4493.
It's time for a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say 39-year-old Amanda Burke is wanted for possession of a controlled substance. Call law enforcement if you have any information on her whereabouts. Meanwhile, in Grand Forks County, deputies are looking for Melissa Vargas. She's wanted on 4 felony warrants for charges including felony theft and felony counterfeiting. If you know where she is, give the sheriff's office a call at 701-780-8280 or send them a message on Facebook. Grand Forks County Sheriff's Office is also asking for the public's help finding felons. It has been a success. So far, out of the 35 wanted felons, deputies have shared through the Sheriff's Office Felony Friday post. 28 have been taken into custody, along with 2 other felons as well.
A large golfing range is set to be built in an area of South Fargo. The Timber Creek facility will be a subsidiary of Top Golf, offering a video game-like experience with a 300-yard range as well as a bar and grill.
About it is it brings everyone into the fold of being able to play golf and try it out versus going out and spending 4 hours and being frustrated on a tee box.
Brandt says he doesn't see the facility causing any traffic or noise problems in the area. He hopes the mega golf range will open in early 2021.
This is a good day for many drivers in Fargo and West Fargo. Cheyenne Street is officially open. Police say they want to remind you the speed limit in that area is still 35 miles per hour near 32nd Avenue South, and not too far away, the stretch along 52nd Avenue South between Veterans Boulevard and 63rd Street, that also opened today.
Jamestown will be taking over the assets of Frontier Village, which is a popular tourist attraction next to the world's largest buffalo. The decision was made tonight and likely will end the intense struggle between the city and the association that ran the village. After Jamestown leaders refused to renew the association's lease, there was concern that the artifacts would be relocated to Minnesota.
That was not our intent. It was thrown out in the public. We stole, we gave away, we sold. That needs to be corrected because that is not what this board had said.
The assets include all buildings, artifacts, decorations, a team of horses, and stagecoach.
Elevated river levels and cold temps are prompting crews to shut the gates at some Fargo parks. The Park District says that at gates at Oak Grove Park, Riverwood Park, and Trefoil Park are now closed for the season. The parks can still be accessed by foot, but the gates will be closed until spring.
There's now a plea for federal help for North Dakota's farmers. Excessive rain, an early October snowstorm, and widespread flooding forced the state's farmers and ranchers to struggle through a tough harvest. Now, Governor Doug Burgum is asking for a secretarial disaster designation, which allows farmers and ranchers to apply for federal loans. To qualify, counties must experience at least a 30% production loss of at least one crop due to natural disaster.
Minnesota's November 5th referendums are coming up. You can help to cast your ballot. Several cities are opening tomorrow for early voting. In Dilworth, the City Hall will be open from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. so residents can vote on the DGF School District's bond referendum. Meanwhile, City Hall in Barnesville will also be open tomorrow for absentee voting. The city will have special hours on Monday as well.
A West Fargo principal celebrated his students' hard work by letting them tape him to the wall. Westside Elementary students raised more than $19,000 for their PTA by selling coupon books. The money will go toward extracurricular activities, field trips, school T-shirts, and extra supplies for teachers.
Two South Fargo restaurants have suddenly closed. Wingstop and Marco's Pizza on 45th Street have only been open in that location for about 7 months. Signs on the doors say closed. A former worker of Marco's Pizza told us that he got a call before his shift today telling him not to come in. When we called, we were told that the businesses weren't making as much money as they had hoped. Other businesses have come and gone at that location in past years. People's Organic Cafe was there back in 2014 for a short time, followed by Reese and Riley's.
A memorial was held tonight for a 7th grade boy who died after he was hit this morning by a car while riding his bike to school in Eagan, Minnesota. When police arrived at the school this morning, they found 13-year-old Patrick Vitek with multiple injuries. Police say the driver involved is working with them to investigate how it happened.
On a lighter note, a Minnesota canine is hanging up her leash and heading off to retirement. Leica has been with the Minnesota Highway Patrol for 9 years. The Belgian Malinois was trained in narcotics detection and has been patrolling the I-35 corridor in southern Minnesota since 2015. During that time, she was deployed more than 450 times, sniffed out hundreds of pounds of drugs.